Hey y'all, hey. Happy Tuesday. Oh my God, April is always, it's almost over. Hey y'all, hey. It's your girl, Coach Tuka, and I want to welcome you to my little corner of these YouTube streets where I pop out every single day at 4 p.m. Central Standard Time so that I can walk as many women as possible through the journey of losing weight and looking and feeling their best. So if you are tired of looking in the mirror, wondering who the person is that you see looking back at you, wondering who that woman is, you are in the right place. Not only that, I got news for you. It's possible to lose weight without losing your peace of mind, without trying all the wild and crazy stuff you see on the internet. Listen, 5 years ago, I was 80 pounds heavier with no energy, a laundry list of chronic illnesses and ailments. Okay. I was worn out. I was frustrated. I was ready for things to change in my life, but I had no earthly idea where I would start. I was wondering if I was ever going to be able to get my confidence back, my body back, my health back. And it was only by the grace of God. It was only by the grace of God, a lot of prayer, a lot of mindset work, some accountability, and restructuring my life. I found my way back to me. Now I get the blessed opportunity to help women just like you lose weight for good without doing weird and crazy stuff, without doing crazy diets, without pills, without injections, without the latest trend from Instagram, without just crazy things and losing yourself in the progress process. So if that sounds like your kind of party, I need you to go ahead and hit the like button. I want you to make sure that you are subscribed to this channel because I come here every single day at 4 p.m. Central Standard Time, and I give you the tea, okay, on how to do this thing. Make sure that you turn your notifications on and also share this video with anybody who you know needs a reminder that it's never too late. Like you're never too far gone to turn that thing around and fix it. All right. So let's get busy. So in yesterday's video, the title, if you haven't seen it, go back and watch it. It's called I Finally Got Free from Weight Loss Struggles. And you can too. I talked about weight loss by change, like losing weight by changing the way you think, or changing the way you think being one of the most important steps. All the things that we think we need to do when it comes time to lose weight, like get a gym membership or change your eating, those things are important. Not saying you don't need those. I'm just saying that they're not exactly where you start because if you don't change your mind, if you don't change the way you think, then you're not going to be willing to do some of the things that you need to do. How you do it, your perspective on what you're being asked to do or what is required for you to do will impact whether or not you'll be able to do the things you were supposed to do. I know what I'm saying sounds cliche, and it probably really does sound too simple to be true, but I need you to know that here's what I want to teach today, that shifting your mind, a mindset shift, will never be good enough if you want to make real changes, like changes that will last for a lifetime, the kind that you can keep for many years and not just for a season or two. So I want to break down why this is true. I know that we all know people. Like, have you ever met a person who is gonna move to a new city? You know, they tired of living in the city y'all live in, and they like, I'm leaving here on the midnight train to Georgia. All right, and they gonna pack up everything, okay, and move to a new city. So here's what a mindset shift looks like. Starting with a mindset shift is like moving to a new city and thinking that when you get to the new city, all your problems gonna be in the old city. They not gonna come with you. All right. And here's what I know: a lot of people treat weight loss, and if we're being honest, they treat their whole life like this, like moving to a new city. They think if we just change our surroundings, then everything is gonna change. Everything's gonna be different. So I look at a mindset shift like that, like you're moving to a new city and thinking none of the old stuff comes with you. Okay. So that's why we can't afford to shift. So think about this person. You know, they get to the new city, they got a new place. All right. They got a new job, they got new friends, they go to a new church. They got a new gym membership, a new man, or you know what I'm saying? And for a little while, it feels brand new. It feels like things are different. It feels like something changed for real and it's a fresh start for a little while. But then, after the newness wears off, after some time has passed, the same struggles pop up. The same struggles. Not only that, the same habits pop up. The same habits that they had in the old city pop up. The same emotional triggers show up in this new city. Okay, well, let me keep it 100. You know how they go to the new city, but they find that one little spot that they used to go to. Like they find out that spot at home that they used to go to do the stuff they are supposed to do. They got one of them in the new city. The kind of people who used to make your head hurt in the old city, they got those kind of people in the new city. The kind of people that used to make your heart hurt in the old city, they got those kind of people in the new city. All right. And here's why this happens. Because when these people, I've seen it happen time and time again. And I've seen it so much, I've started giving the advice. When you get to your new city, if you don't change, it ain't going to change. When you go to this new place, you come with you. You changed locations, but you didn't change. All right. You changed your environment, your zip code, but you didn't change who you were. So, this is why shifting does not work. This is why changing your mind can't just be a shift. It can't look like packing up and doing these new things without changing something on the inside. And if nothing inside of you changes, nothing on the outside of you is going to change for a long time. It might change temporarily. All right. So we're not going to live our lives like the people who move to a new city and think just because we're in a brand new space with new people, new experiences, new environments, that none of the things that we encountered in our old place will come with us. In order for that to change, we have to change. So a mindset shift is not enough. So that's why I don't say, I just wanted to make it clear why shifting your mind is not going to be enough. You need a transformation. You need a becoming, unrecognizable, undeniable. Can't nobody argue with you and act like it didn't happen change in your life. So even in weight loss, the way you think, you don't need a fresh start. You need a full transformation about what you believe is possible. You need a transformation that makes the old version of you unrecognizable. You need a transformation. Hey, Veronica, you need a transformation. All right. So here's what we do when we decide that we want to make a change. We say, you know what? I did this. Okay. I remember not wanting to be on blood pressure medication. I remember feeling like high blood pressure was a curse of sorts that I was passed down through many generations in my family. And so I would do things like, because it's about how you think. It's why your mind has to change. So I would do things like run really far distances. I would do things like go on really extreme eating situations, like I'm only going to drink juices or smoothies. All right. So I would do really like all or nothing type things because, like, in all that running all the miles, I'm trying to outrun the thing that I don't want that I see everybody in my family has. And so what I had to realize is that there's no outrunning it. I can't run enough miles to keep me from experiencing that. I had to grow out of it. I had to outgrow it. I had to grow, get better. I had to change. All right. So I don't want to be the person that moves to a new city and old me comes. You can't do that. All right. You can't get to the new version of you, the life that God wants for you, carrying the same mess that got you where you are. You understand what I'm saying? Like, there are things that I'm still growing today. But there are things I had to outgrow when it comes to sugar addiction. There are things that I had to outgrow when it comes to not taking care of my body and allowing my taste buds and what I want, my flesh, to lead me. There are things I had to outgrow. And I still have, like, I'm not even at the top level yet. I'm still growing and getting better every day. All right. So let's talk about what a real change in your mindset, what a real transformation in your thinking looks like. So, the difference between shifting your mindset and changing it or it becoming unrecognizable is when you shift, you only think the good thoughts, the positive thoughts, the thoughts that keep you out of situations when it's convenient. When all the everything lines up and the plans go just like you wrote them in the book and everything is perfect, then you follow the schedule. You do it when it's convenient. Transformation means you do it when it's uncomfortable. Transformation means you do it when it don't feel good to do it, when you really want to do other things. That's what transformation means. Transformation means deciding. It's not about tweaking little things, it's about deciding I will no longer be the person I was. I'm no longer going to be that version of myself. I will no longer do the things that version of me did. I'm going to be and do different things so I can have more in my life. So transformation means you have to believe different things. Let's talk about some of the different things you got to believe. First of all, you got to believe it's possible for you. Some of us base our beliefs on what we see around us. And if we're looking at people that we know, what we want to have is impossible. There are a few examples. So you have to believe it's possible for you. You have to believe, like you have to have new actions because your new beliefs mean, guess what? I'm going to do different things. So you have to have new beliefs. You have to believe it's possible for you that the things that I'm doing are going to lead to what I want. All right. Not what it looks like, not what it see, not the timeline I set, but you have to believe differently. So you do differently. You have to have new standards. There will be things that once were okay. Okay. Running 20 miles and going to the Cracker Barrel used to be an acceptable standard for me. Because see how the mind works? Because my mind just shifted. My old mindset said, you have run a lot. 20 miles, ain't nobody doing it. Okay? That's a lot of miles, and you deserve to have pancakes for what you have done. All right? You see that? So I had to change, I had to transform my way of thinking to see I deserve to live. I deserve to have a healthy body. I deserve to give my body things that will allow it to run 20 miles for another 25 years, 35, 45 years. All right? So there are new standards. So they used to be acceptable to me. Today is not acceptable. So transformation means you have a new identity. Transformation means you become something else. The old you, transformation means you don't look like that. Because the old you does strong starts, but when it get uncomfortable or difficult, oh, you quits. You can't do that no more. When you transformed, you don't do that anymore. You do it while it's uncomfortable, knowing that the discomfort is temporary. That's another mindset transformation that we have to have. The discomfort is temporary, and the discomfort that we act like is so hard, we ain't gonna die. We're not gonna die. So it's temporary. So you start strong, quit even stronger. You start hard and quit harder. The you uses food, all right, to bring you comfort. Okay? When it hurts, food calms that down. That's the old you. All right? New you New way of thinking is one of the best attributes, best things you can learn to do is manage your emotions. Learn to become a responsible manager of your emotions. Become an owner of them and get intelligent about how to deal with them, how to process them without hurting yourself. That's what transformation looks like. Old you needs to feel like it to move. All right. Old you move when they don't feel like it. Old you moves because you can. I mean, new you moves because you can. New you is grateful that your body can move, even if it ain't as fast as it used to or as fast as you want it to go. Your body can move if it's just walking, and you're grateful for that. So you decide to do it every day. All right. Old you drank more soda than they did water. Old you drank more Kool-Aid than water. Okay. Transform you chooses what to eat based on what your body needs, not what your palate, not what your flesh says we ought to get. Transformation makes you thinking differently, makes you is what you're going to need to push through the really hard days. Because if you think that you're going to change and become unrecognizable, and there won't be days that require more effort, I won't even say harder, but require more effort, more creativity, more stick to itness, you are fooling yourself. Transform you. I'm sorry, y'all. Transform you wants to be healed for real. And transform you wants that more than the old you that wants to be comfortable temporarily. When you are transformed, you want to really be healed from the inside out. From the inside out. And when you want that, it makes the sacrifices that you have to make worth it. The sacrifices become worth it. All right. So the goal is not to think differently, is not just to think differently, is to think differently so that you become something different. All right. So there's a very simple connection between the way you think and what you do. All right. Everything that happens in your life originates with a thought. Everything, whether you do what you want to do or you decide to do something else, everything starts with a thought. All right. And then, based on the way you think, you then make movements. Okay. And then the movements you make create a feeling. All right. So let's talk through a little trick I learned in my coaching certification on how to reverse these thoughts. This is simple psychology. It's really Googleable. I did not make it up, but I learned it in my coaching certification. So the first thing you do is you reverse engineer how you feel. All right. Because so you challenge the thought behind it. So if I said, my God, today, I am super duper tired today, and I do not feel like working out. All right. When I think that way, guess what happens? My brain, my mind comes into agreement with me, and my actions follow suit. My actions start to help me justify what we're feeling. So my brain starts to say, yeah, Tanisha, you really, you've been at it, you've been working out every day. And I mean, people need a day off. And you should have, relaxed days off. And so, yeah, you have earned the right to take a break. If I were you, I would just rest and take it easy. Now, that's true sometimes. Like if I'm dealing with illness maybe, or I'm traveling, but as a norm, I move my body every day. All right. So then guess what I do now? Because my thoughts just amen right? It ain't, I got an amen from the way I was thinking, from my mindset that said, we ain't got to do this today. And then we don't. Then what follows, right? We don't do it, but then we feel terrible. We like, man, it's late now. It's too late. We in the bed beating ourselves up. I should have got my butt up and did my workout. I could have did something, but I just didn't do it. I never keep up with what I say I'm going to do. And now we feel terrible. All right. Let me tell you how to reverse engineer that thing though. If we had said, okay, how do I want to feel today? Because we know that way makes us feel terrible. So just skip all the rigmarole and say, man, I want to feel like a woman who's strong in her body. All right. I want to feel like a woman who's grateful that her body can move. I want to feel like a woman who sees what I like, what I'm made of, like what I got. All right. I want to strengthen these lungs. So I want to do some cardio today. I want to have muscular strength. So I want to lift, do a little strength training today. That's how I want to feel. I want to feel strong and healthy. I want to feel well. I want to feel whole. I want the energy that exercise is going to produce. That's how I want to feel. Let's start there. All right. Because when I want to feel that way and I know how I want to feel, now all I got to do is say, okay, what do I need to do to have that feeling? Man, I should probably get up, and I ain't got to be there all day. I could probably do about 30 minutes on the treadmill or 30 minutes walking in my neighborhood. When I come home, I can go to Rochelle T. Park's YouTube page and get a HIIT workout, okay? And do one of those, all right? Yeah. And then I'm going to, you see that? You reverse engineer. So what do you have to think to make the action happen? You can reverse engineer it. So what happens is we don't take command of the thoughts. We don't challenge a thought and be like, do that even make any sense? What I'm thinking? We repeat stuff so easily that we heard other people say. We don't even know if we believe it or not. We just repeat what we heard our mama, our grandma, our aunties say. And we think it's repeatable. I'm telling you to challenge the thought and see if it's true. Do you really think you deserve 20 pancakes because you ran 20 miles? That's not even logical. That's not even logical. I didn't eat everything I just burned, okay? So this is how you have to work on thinking different for the rest of your life. So you don't lose weight for good by thinking different for a week. It happens when you start to think different for the rest of your life. And you have to be willing to question the thoughts, the way you think. You have to be willing to check yourself. All right. So this is why I knew this is how I didn't just make a shift. I became somebody different. I became somebody unrecognizable. All right. The old me was for sure tired. Okay. If she wasn't one thing, she was tired. She was very tired. Okay. And it was the kind, if I'm being honest, it was the kind of tired that naps don't fix. You know how sometimes you can be like, I need a little breather. I just need a little nappity nap. It wasn't that kind of tired. It was like an exhausting, overwhelm, zero energy slugging through my day and my life, just barely getting through everything that needed to be done. That was the old me. That was the old me. So the first mindset transformation I had to make before I had to do anything was realize this is not going, freedom ain't going to come from me. I'm not going to be the one to free me. I had to think differently because for 15 years, I tried to get me free. I did. So the first place I had to go was to my Heavenly Father and double check the word. Okay. I had to say, Lord, did I read what I thought I read? Freedom was not going to come from me. So it was the first transformation, first place where I had to change mentally, stop relying on me, depending on me, and thinking it was me. All right. Then I had to start to be really grateful, more grateful for the things that I had around me, all right? And realizing that I've been through worse in my life. I've been through worse. Like, it can't be this hard, Lord. I've lost people. My father died at 49. My father died at 49. There's that. So I would have been, I'm trying to do the math. My mama would have been 45, 44. So I was 24 years old when I lost my father. Okay? You think that wasn't hard? I lost one of my closest friends. You think that wasn't hard? I'm like, Lord, this can't be harder than that. He done brought me through some things. This can't be harder than that. So show me what I'm doing wrong. Okay? So I had to stop thinking I was so powerful in my own strength and realize the real source of my power, the real source of my strength. Okay? First, transformational thought. Then I had to humble myself as I sat before the person that God sent to me, knowing that 3 years ago, she told me what to do. And I told her no. Not only did she tell me what to do and I told her no, okay, she also invited me to a Shackley event and I told her no to that too. So I had to circle the block and humble myself and trust somebody who had been trying to help me and say, will you take me again? Take me again. Okay. Let you please take me back one more time. Okay. A woman that I don't even know, really. I'm just telling y'all, like today, Rochelle T. Parks is my sister. That is like my close, one of my very a small squad of very close friends. And it's very difficult to say one of them is the best. But she in the best, okay? I got some good friends. God has blessed me. Same God. But at that time, she wasn't my friend. I knew her. She was an acquaintance. I had never seen her face. I did not know how many children she had and nothing about those people. Nothing. So today I can speak, but she didn't know me from Adam to take me back. Again, she could have easily said, I'm done playing with this girl who played too much. So I had to humble myself and say, I don't know what I'm doing. As long as I've known you, you seem like you know what you're doing, lady. That's the next mindset. Change, transformation. I had to decide that the joyful life, the abundant life was my right. I'm supposed to have it. I'm supposed to have it. See, because if you don't think you're supposed to have it, some of us don't even think we're supposed to have it. I don't know. I've been there. I'm like, Lord, you show, because I see it right here. It say you came so I can have it to the full. I get that part. The enemy wanted. I read the first part. But then you came. That part. I'm trying to get there. How, Lord? I had to understand that is his desire for me. I just need to know how. I just need to know how. I had to see it differently. And it's not through my own effort, me trying to harder at the things I think I know. I had to change the way I think. I had to realize that it comes through me being a disciple, disciplined, being willing to do stuff I don't want to do. There have been days. There have been days. Let me don't get my butt up on a Saturday morning and start moving. If it gets to 2:30, I don't feel like it no more. And me got to talk to us and get us up off of our bottom and in these streets or to the gym. So I had to create systems. I had to think differently to do that though. I had to think what you're doing ain't working. You need systems. All right. And so, because I was able to do that 5 years ago, not only would I not even recognize the woman that I am today, I didn't know that she was possible. I didn't know she was possible. And that, my dear friends and cousins, is the whole point of transformation. That's the whole point. For God to do something in you that you don't even know is possible. You think you know what you want. You do. You like listen, I came to the party and said this. When I kicked in the door, I was like, Tanisha here. I came to lose these 50 pounds. Okay. I came to lose 50 pounds. I didn't say nothing about Lord help me not. Now I did pray about, okay, let me clarify what I'm saying because I don't want to tell no lies. When the doctor told me that the only thing that I could do for my ocular migraines was take a prescription, my prayer did become, Lord, if there's any other way, reveal it to me. But I did not pray, Lord, take them away. I didn't say, Lord, make them go away. I said, there's another way. If it's a way to get rid of them that's not prescription, let me, Lord, help me. Because this man is, I don't want to do it. I've never been a fan of taking medicine, even when I needed it. Even when my blood pressure was 141 over 90, 150 over 100, still wasn't a fan. All right. But I ain't got no choice. Because living how you living with numbers like these, you're gonna have a stroke. All right. So I had to take it. Then and hated it the whole time. So I'm telling you, that's the point of transformation. That's the point. It's not for you to be cute. That's a benefit. That's a benefit for you to look in the mirror and be like, I like what I see. Sis is cute. It's summertime. You see my new dress? Yeah, that's a part of it. You get some of that. Okay. Little things like being able to cross your legs. Those are cool. Skin clearing up. That comes with it. Okay. Sleeping through the night. Those are part of it. Yeah. Those things are part of it. But the point of it all, okay, is he loves you. Okay, to quote Anthony Hamilton, the point of it all is for him to do something in you that you didn't even think was possible, that you could not have done on your own. You couldn't have done it if you tried. I could not have done. Rochelle, me and Ro, what God has done with all of this, from her husband nearly being a blessed memory, as we say, to me reaching out at just the right time, not even knowing. Y'all don't think y'all understand me. I think y'all don't hear me when I say I had never met Michael L. Parks a day in my life. He's never been an out front kind of dude. He's not that kind of fella. He ain't got to turn up at nobody's party. He's a low-key, calm presence in the room. I did not know him or what he had been through. Ro didn't say a word. So when I reach out, I don't know nothing. All I know is I'm here for transformation. I want this abundant life. That was my mission, to get this John 10:10, the second half. Okay? Part 2, the second part of John 10:10. I want that. That was the mission. I had no idea what was going on. I had no idea she was looking for me. She was looking for somebody to refine what she knew. And I didn't know that. I just knew I wasn't trying to stay where I was. That's all I knew. You understand what I'm saying? You don't even know what you need to know to get where you want God to take you, but He knows. So you got to be transformed in your thinking. The moment you think it's you, got to harder. Those are the moments you got to call on Him. It ain't you. It ain't me. It's him. Okay. And that's the point of transformation. So now let me, because I'm a teacher, okay. Yeah, I don't know how I got here. I'm sorry. I need to stay focused, but I can't sometimes. One of my favorite pastors, two of them, teach, instruct in organized format. I do the same thing. I really do. It's like a whole, here's the problem. Here's the problem that I see. All right. So I told you the problem is we shift in our mind. We're not interested in a transformation. We don't want to be ye transformed. Okay. We don't about a daily renewal of our mind. Okay. Our little instruction book leaves no answer within arms. It's always within the arm's reach of you. Be ye transformed by the daily renewing of your mind. My God, today. So I didn't told you what the problem is. Now I tell you what to do. Because I'm a teacher and I like telling people what to do. Okay? So I didn't told you what the problem is. I didn't told you what it got to do with you. And now I'm about to tell you what to do. So the first thing I want you to do is I need for you to start asking yourself, what would the transformed version of me do today? What would the transformed version of me, what should she be thinking? What should she be looking at? What should she be listening to? Who should she be listening to? Where would she go? How would she act? How would she spend her time? What are some things she does today that she would no longer do? What kind of friends does she have? What decisions would she make? What would the changed version of me do today? What would her day look like? When she wakes up, how does she feel? Lord, why she feel that way? She probably feels really good. She probably wakes up, she opens her eyes, she puts her feet on the floor, and she works diligently about her day. Sound a little Proverbs 31-ish to me. What she feel like? She feel like she wake up and she about her business, and not in a stressful way, in a productive way, in an efficient way, in a diligent way. What she feel like? Why she feel that way, Lord? What does she have to do to get that? She gets up, she goes about her day. What she do in the course of a day? Who she do the day with? Who, better yet, who don't she do the day with? What kind of conversations do she not have time for? What kind of movies, songs, TV would she not be caught dead watching? Who is this woman and what's she doing? That's what I want you to do first. How is she thinking? Do she think she get pancakes because she ran 20 miles? Okay. And then I want you to start acting like her. Not like you're running away from old you, because here's what happens. The more you wake up and act like new you, old you just fades away. And there are things that you used to do that you'll start to be able to laugh at. Like go to Chick-fil-A Monday through Friday and order a chicken, egg, and cheese bagel with strawberry jelly, hash browns, orange juice, large coffee, 10 creamers, 10 sugars on the mobile app, and pay for it on your store card. drive through, say mobile order, and get to work. You don't even got to run from that. You just got to do different things. And in due time, you become somebody different. And then you look back at who you used to be and you say, what in the world was I thinking? What in the world was I thinking? So you don't even have to move from a place of fear of running from who you used to be. All you got to do is figure out what the woman you want to be is doing. She probably gets up and reads her word. I bet she does. She probably does that. She got to renew her mind every day. After she reads her word, because she's not just a reader of the word, she probably allows some quiet time in her day to talk to her Father. She probably listens to a little worship music, and she probably journals a little bit. I bet she does. You know what else I bet she does? I bet she moves her body. I bet she moves her body in the morning so she can carve out time for herself before the world needs her. Because she helps a lot of people and they need her. Okay? I bet she does that. She probably knows what she's going to eat today. She probably doesn't wait until she gets hungry to figure it out. She probably has a plan for what she's going to eat. I bet she does. I bet you there are people who request her time and she puts some boundaries around them and she don't give her yeses to everybody. I bet she does that. Pick one anyhow. I bet she go to bed on time. Okay. I bet she stopped cursing. I bet she stopped listening to Cardi B. That might just be the old me, okay? I bet she do different things. So what does she do? Start doing that every single day. Not for a week, not for a month, for every day. Every day. So as I always say, if you're tired, and you know why I say this, y'all? I'm going to tell you why I say these things. I always ask you if you're tired, because that's what it took for me. I had to get tired of me and my way and doing it my little operating system, which was like I'm operating in this new world with the first iPhone. It don't work. It don't work. It's hard to do. So if you're tired, doing it your way, doing it by yourself, baby, if you don't get your butt on in this room, if you don't get your butt on in this free community or VIP community room, and I didn't pin the link, and I normally don't even drop the VIP here. I normally don't. All right. All right. Let me check this chat. I'm sorry, y'all. I said, Lord, I be trying to get the word out because sometimes I get distracted by the chat and I forget what I was going to say. And then I'd be like, I had a word. So I just said, let me just circle back. That's right. Veronica says she do not want her cholesterol medication, and I feel you. Okay. And you need to say, God, take it away. Ask him, remove it from my life. Help me every day to do the things I'm supposed to do because I know you don't want it for me either. Okay, somebody said, decided to Tanisha, my cousin Tanisha said she decided to do a 5K race every month. And every last one I chose was food theme. Girl, if you ain't my cousin, pancakes, s'mores, chocolate, donuts. And girl, don't you know, you can do a 5K at your house. All you need is a good old Apple Watch and a good old open pavements or a treadmill. Hit that 3.1 mile. Why not make it the goal to do a 5K every day? That is, y'all, thank you, Tanisha, for bringing this up. Let me give Ms. Joyce, and I'm going to circle back. Ms. Joyce said she had to get sick and tired of herself. That's what it takes. Because when you get sick and tired of you, what you're being asked to do, you don't have the strength to fight it because you did it your way and it didn't work. So when somebody tell you to eat vegetables, you like, bet I'm doing it because I did it my way. All right. But I remember, y'all, I don't know if I've ever told this story publicly. I don't know. I probably have. Me and Ro got a gazillion and one stories, but we was together through the whole pandemic. So I remember one day we used to have this accountability call in the community we were in called Breathe University. The person who created it was a gentleman by the name of Eric Thomas. So you'll hear me reference him a lot because being in that community was a life-changing It was a life-changing decision when I decided to join the community. And if I'm being honest, when I designed my community, I designed it using the foundational principles that I learned in Breed University. Breed University does not exist anymore, and I knew that people needed what I got there. So I designed it because that program, that community was so life-changing to me. I was like, everybody needs this. So when I said what I'm going to birth in the world, I'm going to birth something like that does for people what Breed University did for me. Okay. So we would have these accountability calls every morning, and we get on and we'd say, this is my goal for the quarter, and today I will. So my goal for the quarter was to lose 18 pounds. I remember like it was yesterday. My journals back it up. Okay. Because I always journal. And so I said I'm gonna lose 18 pounds this quarter. And today I am going to run 8, maybe 9 miles. I had mapped my route out in my head. Okay. And I knew exactly where I was going. I was going to run to my friend's house. I'd already texted her and said, I'm running today to your house. Her house was about 4.2 miles from my house. So if I run to her house and then she come outside, we hug a little bit, I run on back home. That's 8 to 9 miles. Okay. So I'm on the call. I'm super duper proud that I'm going to be running these miles. And Rochelle, okay, we had multiple conversations, but this particular part of the conversation, she says, let me ask you a question. I'm on the call running. I'm on the Zoom with my phone and I'm running. She says, let me ask you, can you run these 8 miles like every day? I said, no, I normally run 8. I might could do like 5 tomorrow. Then I take a couple days off. Then I do it again. She said, what can you do every day? I said, about 2, maybe 3 miles. She said, why don't you do that? I said, because see, I already mapped it out. I know where I'm going. I got my destination in mind. I'm going to run here, which is about 4.2 miles away. I'm about a mile in. Okay. And I'm just going to keep running 3.2 more miles and just come on back. Okay. And she said, no. Why don't we just turn around now? You turn around now or within the next 5 minutes, you got to hit 3 by the time you get back home. And why don't we just do that every day? So in my mind, I'm like, 3 miles ain't nothing. Okay. That's child's play. Okay. I'm a whole marathon princess, which is the name I used to go by. Okay. I got to do something that's Instagram worthy. 3 miles ain't impressive. No, ma'am. I'm going to keep going. And people on the call said, Tuka, stop surrendering. And I said, I know where I'm going. And I struggled to turn around. So they finally convinced me to turn around, and which would have made my run be cut off at 3.1 miles, a 5K. And I turn around and I come back. And Rose said, see, how you feel? And if I'm being honest, I felt a little incomplete. Okay. I was like, this ain't enough. I ain't really did nothing today. And she was like, nah, do it again tomorrow. Do it again tomorrow. Matter of fact, do 2 miles tomorrow. Let's just do that every day. I was like, just 2 miles? So for the longest time, for a long time, I did 2 miles every single day. And here's what happened. Like second or third day, I finished 2 miles. I was like, man, that was like too easy. That was so easy. So what she had to get me to see is that's how I started doing it every day. You see what I'm saying? That's how I got to move my body every day. I did the 2 miles every single day. And then finally one day I said, you know what? I think I got a little more in the tank. I think I could do 5K today. And then if I want to do 2 tomorrow, I do 2 tomorrow. And then it turned from 2 to 5K every day. That's what I was getting to the point, Tanisha. So my goal for a long time was 5K a day. I'd come in. We used to plank to Montel Jordan's This Is How We Do It. So I'd time it. So we come on in and plank for the duration of This Is How We Do It. Okay? And we played for the whole song. There's a little strength training in that, some core work. Okay? We stretch and we're done. And in half the time that it would take me to run 8, 9 miles, I've done everything I need to do for the day. All right. So I'm just telling you, We just got to see it differently. We just got to see it differently. That's the point. Right. And when we are, one of the most detrimental things to the way you think is thinking it with you and only you. When you, the only person checking you, when you, the only person holding you accountable, when you, the only somebody showing you how to pivot, it's hard. And you have nobody to snatch you when you head the wrong way. You're not supposed to do it by yourself. You just not. And some of us think we are. And the enemy loves that you feel that way. He loves it. One of the places where he's like, it's time to go to work, is when you are in isolation. When you're in isolation. All right. So if you are tired, okay, come on now. Come on in this room. That's all I got. That's literally all I got. I am on a mission, like committed. It's my life's assignment to help as many women as I possibly can become well beyond the weight. Not so they can look good in an outfit, not so they can be cute in the summertime. I mean, we want that, okay? But that's not the point. The point is so that you can live a life where you thrive in multiple areas, where you're physically well, but you're emotionally well, you're spiritually well, you're relationally well, emotionally well, financially well. That's what I mean when I say well beyond the weight. And so it's my mission to help as many women as possible become well beyond the weight. And why? Because we change things. So when I'm well, you'd be hard pressed to come into my space and you not leave better. When you are well, there are people you will touch who'll be different because you were different. That's the mission. That's the assignment. How many took them? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. My goal is to have 500 people in my free community in the next 2 months, in the next 60 days. 500 people. I don't know. Do I? I don't know 500 people. I don't know 500 people. So I need your help. Don't you just come in here and learn and benefit and get your transformation. Imagine where I would be if Rochelle T. Parks had held all she knew. When I tell you I've never met a person who has been the least gatekeeper, she taught me every single thing she knew. And as she learned, I learned. Okay. I'm still with her. So don't you dare get better. And don't, baby, y'all should be, my community should have 500 people in the free community just for the Get Back Right plan tomorrow. Don't you dare. So I need you to text 15 people. Join this community. ReadySayHabits.com. Join them today. I'm just saying, it's free. If you don't like it, don't come back. It's that easy. Because the truth is, Tanisha Took is not everybody's cup of tea. I'm not. I'm a little loud. I move a lot. I got the hands. I'm all in my hair. It's a lot, okay? It's a lot. People be trying to vent and be share what's going on with them. And I got a word of encouragement. Sometimes people just want you to listen to their bad news. And I'm gonna be like, no. Here's what we're gonna do. Okay? It can be a lot. So there might be some people who might be like, ooh, we chat. That girl that called herself took a 180 girl. That girl, ooh, she a lot. Thank you, Miss Joyce. But for some people, I really am, and I'm okay with that. Because you know what the prayer is? That God sends the person is for them to them. God didn't design me for everybody. But who I'm for you. You understand me? And I'm going to be here every day for you. I come here every day for the people that God assigned to me every single day. All right. So what's the worst thing that can happen? So get your butt in there. ReadySetHabits.com. Now, if you are looking for, and I do have some of my mentees in here, Detrice, Joyce, Tanisha's in here. So I'm just saying there are people who are in my VIP community that is ridiculously priced. Okay. I'm just like, I don't know what else to do. Okay. And like I'm saying, if you're looking for a higher level of accountability, we meet, we do challenges together. Every resource I create, everything I get, they get. When I do challenges in the free community, they get the replays. Everybody don't you for the free community, you got to come, you got to be in the room. Okay. They get replays for everything I create, I give it to them. God has always given me something to help bless them, and then everything else flows from that. So for $29 a month, you could be in my VIP community, and we really do life together. Okay. So listen, y'all, that is all that I have. The time is 4:59. My son has a basketball game today, and typically it falls on a day when I am unable to attend, but I want to go show my face in the place because my son is changing into an athlete who really is enjoying basketball. He was a football, so he plays basketball and football was his sport, and he never wanted to go to basketball. And now my baby looks forward to basketball. So I want to be there. I want to be at the game. So I'm going to get over here and fix my salad so that I'm gonna put a little piece of salmon on top of it. I'm gonna post a picture in the Success Squad so y'all can see it. And so that's what I'm gonna do. Pick my daughter up from cheer, go watch my son play basketball, and come back home and maybe kick my feet up. But for sure, I'm gonna be in bed on time. All right. I love y'all to life. I will see you tomorrow at the same time and in the same place. Don't you come back in here without a friend. Okay? Bring a friend. I love y'all to life. See y'all tomorrow.